y'all meet at a police station, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so when y'all met at the police station, did something happen?
Yeah, like, so I pull up. I'm barely pulling into the police station. Her old ass grandma already gets out, starts recording me, doing the most, Natalie's right there making a scene, shaking her titties and stuff, like just being little kids. She said something like that. I told her, I was like, you dumbass bitch, I'm not finna be smoking with my kids in the car, and for two, pulling up to a police station.
Sir, please watch your language. There's no need.
I'm just saying, because that's how I told her, I'm just saying, that's how I told her.
You all have to function in a way that you're doing this for your child and not to aggravate each other or make life difficult. You've made this hearing difficult, sir, so I'm imagining you are making it difficult outside because you're acting pretty poorly on this hearing. I can't imagine.
Man, because it's frustrating. Everybody's been running me over. Everybody that I talk to literally runs me over. No one wants to hear me out, nothing. Like, come on now, bro.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And we are live on the record in your case. This is cause number 24 FD0605. We're here on an original petition in suit affecting the parent-child relationship with an acknowledgement of paternity. This was filed by the Attorney General's office on March 20th of 2024. All parties are present on Zoom today, and this is a remote proceeding. I am sitting outside of Galveston County, pursuant to the Texas Family Code section 201.1045. And I find nobody has objected to proceeding in this manner. Mr. Torres, can you please state your full name for the record, please?
Nicholas General Torres.
Thank you. And Ms. Ibarra, can you state your full name for the record, please?
Natalie Yolanda Ibarra.
Okay, and can you both please raise your right hands? Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you may lower your hands. Thank you. And counsel for the Attorney General's office, please state your name.
Julie Kahn for the Office of the Attorney General.
Please note that even though you're in your homes, this is court, so please treat it as such. Speak in civil tones, treat one another with respect. Please don't just leave the camera. You're here like in court. In court, you can't just leave the bench or leave the table you're at. So please be mindful that you shouldn't be talking to other people and you should stay focused on the hearing the whole time. Also, we generally take testimony. So please, when one of you is asked questions at a time, if you're not the person being asked questions, unless you have a legal objection, please don't interrupt or answer for the other person. Mr. Torres, did we lose you?
No, I'm still right here.
Okay, great. Your screen went totally black.
It's because I have it by my ear, man.
Okay, is there a way to make it louder on your end, sir?
Not really. It's because my phone, the speaker's kind of low, but I can hear you. I can hear you like from right here. It's good.
Okay, because if you can't participate in the hearing, there's no point in having a hearing. So it's real important.
No, ma'am, I can hear you. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I need to be able to see you as well for the hearing. So it's both hearing and seeing needs to work well. And lastly, I'm not with the Attorney General's office, so I don't know anything that you've spoken to them about in the past, and I'm not supposed to. I also don't have access to anything you might have given the Attorney General's office. So be aware you might be asked questions you've already answered. Please don't assume I know anything because this is my first time hearing your case. So anything you've spoken about in the past has not reached my ears because it's not supposed to. So please be sure to answer the questions to the best of your abilities. And you may proceed, Ms. Khan. Do they have any agreements?
No, not really. At this time, I would call Mr. Torres. Mr. Torres, can you state your name for the record?
Nicholas General Torres.
And you're the father of this?
Yes, ma'am.
So back when we did the temporary orders, I think you were working full-time. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much do you make per hour?
15.
Are you still working full-time?
Nope.
Why not?
My boss had told me all he did, he called me into the office. He was like, oh, he said, we supposed to fire you. But he said, I know you got 2 kids, so I'm just have to cut your hours in half. That's all he told me. And I was like, all right. He said, all right, you could go back to work. He said, started Monday, just half a day every day.
All right. So you sent in some pay stubs showing that you're working about 23, 22 hours per week. Is that correct for the past?
Yes, ma'am.
I've got the last, I think, 4 paycheck stubs. 3. And And so are you planning to only work 23 hours a week going forward?
Yes, ma'am. Until I
Have you-
find another job.
All right. And also, since the last order, I think you have a new child. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I have, she was born on July the 2nd.
Okay. So are you asking, so based on the 23 hours a week, your child support would be $228 a month and your medical support would be $50 a month? Is that what you're asking to court to set it at?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, so was born in April 1st, 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
When did you and Miss Ibarra separate?
Probably like 2-3 months after or something.
After was born?
Yes, ma'am.
So you think you want to start like July of 2023 to July of 2024 for the retroactive or back child support?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. And so in that 13-month period, July of 2023 to July of 2024, did you give Miss Ibarra any money or any help for the baby?
Yes, ma'am. Like she'll be always asking me for like $20, $25 and cash app, or she'll come pick it up from my mom.
So do you have any records of how much money you gave her over that time period?
No, ma'am, I don't. Most of the time she'll come pick up the cash from my mom.
Do you know about how much you gave her over that time period?
Like she'll probably ask like 20, 25 every week, every other week. All she would want me to do is buy the diapers. That's all she'll tell me if I could buy diapers.
Did you actually buy diapers?
I would give her the money for them.
All right. So you're saying you gave her $20 every week or every other week?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes, ma'am.
And all right. So y'all had a standard possession order since that last temporary order. When's the last time you got to see your daughter?
On August 30th, ma'am. Well,
And
August
why had it-
30th was the week I was supposed to pick her up. Let me see. So if I was supposed to pick her up on the 30th, and the last day that I seen her was the last time I had her was on August 16th through the 18th.
Okay. And why weren't you able to pick her up on the August 30th?
Because she told me that I can't. She said, "Oh no, that her lawyer told her and CPS told her this." But man, I called the CPS. She said they don't know what she's talking about. She can't do that.
Sir,
So
is CPS? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Ms. Khan.
So is there an open CPS case right now?
I don't know, man. The lady, like I tell you, the lady haven't called me. The last thing she told me, she was like, "You're all good. I'll call you in a couple of days." That's all. She never called me.
So do you know if you have an open CPS case against you? Has anyone ever given
Maybe,
you some
maybe not,
papers?
ma'am. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't keep in contact with them. They want to call me every day while I'm at work. I can't answer them every day while I'm at work. They haven't called, like they haven't been calling me like it was to whenever she wanted to call and give them that little lie, they were calling me every day. They stopped calling me. They don't even call me no more. After they came to my house, the cops came to my house, everything. Both of them told me it was good. Nothing. They don't call me no more.
Have you gotten anything, a paper saying that, you know, the CPS case was closed out or it's still
No, ma'am,
open
I
or
don't.
anything?
I like I said, I don't know that. I didn't say it's closed neither.
Okay. When did the CPS get called on you?
That like the day when I had dropped her off and she wanted to go into the police station, that same day she called the CPS. Just like she said that I was smoking in the car with them or something. That's what she said. And she went into the police station right after I told her, "Hey, well, if I was smoking with them, then she would have smelled like weed when she went inside there." Like, come on now, bro.
Okay, so you're talking about like on August 18th when y'all meet at a police station, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so when y'all met at the police station, did something happen?
Yeah, like so I'm barely pulling into the police station. Her old ass grandma already gets out, starts recording me, doing the most, you know. Natalie's right there making a scene, shaking her titties and stuff, like just being little kids.
So what happened then?
That's what happened. I pull up, her grandma already gets out the car, starts recording me as I barely pull in. She's like, "All that fucking smoke coming out of the car." She said something like that. I told her, I was like, "You dumbass bitch, I'm not finna be smoking with my kids in the car and for two pulling up to a police station."
Sir, please watch your language. There's no need
Nah,
to
I'm
be.
just saying because that's how I told her. I'm just saying that's how I told her.
Okay, well, you shouldn't be using that language outside of court, and you shouldn't be using it in court. You shouldn't talk to each other that way. Your child is hearing you say that to the mother.
No, to her grandma, man, because her grandma was making a big deal when I barely pull up.
Okay, sir. Just please watch your language, and it's not a debate.
All right. And so did you go into the police station?
Yeah, she wants to walk it. She walked into the police station. She's like, "That's fine. You're never seeing her again." I'm like, "All right, bet. You wanna?" She walked into the police station. I walked in right behind her. I'm making inside the police station. She's all making a big old deal, screaming in there. The cops come out. She's all like, the cops said, "Oh, what's the matter?" I said, "Oh, I said she wants to come in here and tell y'all something about me." I said, "I'm gonna be right here so y'all can talk to me." And then the lady's like, "You go to this room, you go to that room." I waited for a couple minutes and I burned off. I don't got time to wait there. I already live an hour away. I don't got time to wait at a police station for some stupid stuff. Like, bro, I just left. I told her, "Here's my name and here's my phone number. Y'all can call me." The police officer called me. Like, by the time I made it home, the cop called me. He said no report was made. He just wanted to hear what I had to say. The cop called me. He said, "Oh, you wanted the cops to call you?" I told him, "Brian, want nobody to call me." I said, "Somebody went in there." I told him my daughter's mom went in there. She was gonna make a big deal or something. I said, "So if y'all got to talk to me, I just left my number and my name right there."
Okay. So what kind of visits are you wanting to have with your daughter going forward?
The same thing, ma'am. The same way we've been doing. Like, I'll pick my daughter up for the weekends and I'll take her back. I don't got no problem with that. It was nothing wrong with that.
Okay. And did you want to change the meeting place?
That y'all don't even have to. Like, at this point, y'all don't have to. All I told you was if it's possible, if you can, like, to at least like meet me in the middle. I gotta drive an hour away to pick my daughter up, go back, drop her off an hour, and come back. Like, come on now. All she got to do is literally come outside. 3 minutes, the police station's right there. Like, come on now, bro. I'll be at like literally. That's why every time I gotta pick her up, I tell her like, "Hey, can you meet me here? Like, can you at least meet me at Baybrook?" I'll be telling her like, that's still far from me. That's still like 30, 40 minutes away from me, and she still can't do that. She be telling me like, I can't drive an extra mile for her. Like, it's not even that. Like, it's just like, bro, it's far. I gotta do it every time, and all she got to do is literally come outside, go down the block, and right there. Or like, and like I told you, every time I even go to the police station too, she tries to hit me with that. Just come to my house or go back home. Like, what you mean? You wanted the police station? You wanted the police station to be the meeting spot? How you gonna tell me come to your house or I can't pick her up?
Okay.
But
Did
man,
you want to
and we
meet in the
text too
middle?
on that app. We text on that app too. So they said the judge could look at that whenever they want.
Did you want to try to meet at the League City Police Department instead of the Galveston Police
Yes, ma'am.
Department?
If that's possible. And it's still kind of far from me too. But if it's possible, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
This time I call Miss Ibarra. Miss Ibarra, can you state your name for the record?
Natalie Yolanda Ibarra.
And so back in July, we did the temporary orders and Dad got a standard visitation. Has that been going okay?
No, ma'am. So after the court date, the next Friday was his day for his weekend. He didn't even come get her that first weekend that he was supposed to. So that was one. And then there would be times that he would go over there. He would ask for extra days, and then I would say yes, and then he would ask to bring her a day later, and I would say no, and he would not cooperate, and would still bring her late after I didn't agree. And he's just, every time he comes, it's a fight. He's always calling me names, even over the app. It's just been horrible. And I've actually had to make 2 police reports on him because he didn't bring her back. I couldn't get a check on him. I forgot what it's called, a check, because they said that he didn't live at that address. And then the second time was the time that I made that police report when I walked in that police station.
So what happened when you walked into the police station? Were you able to make a police report?
Yes, and I have it right here. She gave me the police report number and the phone number and the detective that I talked to.
Do you know if they filed charges on him?
No, from what I know, he left as soon as they couldn't even talk to him. So it was like, and then he lived so far, I don't even know if they really took it serious or not.
What was your complaint against him for the police report?
Okay, so whenever we met at the police station, my grandmother, she was driving, the window was down, she never got out the car. And when he opened the car, it was my baby, his girlfriend, and his other baby in the middle. And when they opened the car, the whole smell of weed marijuana came into our faces, and my grandma, she wasn't even talking to him. She just said, "Oh my God, it smells really bad. I don't think that's good for the baby." And then he heard her because the window was down and we were parked right next to each other. He said, "Shut up, you stupid old bee. You don't know what you're talking about." And said, "Hey, don't talk to my grandmother that way." And then he started talking to me, you know. And then so I was like, this is gonna be like, I've been having problems with him, the weed smelling, and because I asked for child support on him, he called CPS on me. So I went into the police station and let them know that because then also he didn't bring her on time. He was supposed to bring her the day before and he was late. So I went and expressed to them that he brought her late. He came smelling like marijuana, and he was, having vulgar language, threatening, and all types of stuff at the pickup. So I reported it.
What kind of visits do you want him to have with Lainey going forward?
Supervised visits, because that day that I picked her up, the reason why I called CPS on him, because I already had a case closed from when he called on me, but when he brought her back, he brought her with bites all over her face, and she had a
Ma'am, if
bruise
you
on
could
her.
talk a little slower, I'm having trouble understanding everything you're saying.
Sorry.
Cause she's full of shit.
Sir, what did I just tell you about language?
Ma'am, I'm not trying to be rude,
Sir,
cause she's
I'm gonna
lying.
stop
You got my
security
app?
feeding live if you can't control your mouth, because I'm gonna need a bailiff here.
All right, ma'am.
That language is not helping, and it's not helping your case either. It's not making
Not
me
for
think you
sure.
speak any
Not for
nicer
sure.
to
Not for
her
sure.
than you're talking to me. So please, it's not your turn to speak right now unless you have a legal objection, and that language is not a legal objection.
Not for sure. It's good.
Sir, I'm gonna mute you because I don't want you to talk back to me.
Nah, ma'am, I'm not talking back to you. I'm telling you it's fine. I'm listening to you.
Let's see. You may proceed, Ms. Khan.
All right. So, Ms. Ibarra, why did you call the CPS on Mr. Torres?
So after we met up at the police department, before they can even come and check out the smell in the car or nothing, he left. They had took me to a separate room, and then he was the one causing a disturbance in the office, so they made him leave or he left. I really don't know. So when I got home, I was ready to take her for a bath. I found a bruise on her butt, like on the hip of her butt in the back, all the way to the side. And since the CPS that he had called on me, I called my caseworker, which is closed already, and I let her know what had happened, and she said, you need to report it, and so I did, and that's what happened.
When was that, ma'am?
It was
Approximately.
So the pickup date, it was the day of the pickup date.
So we're talking August.
Know.
August?
Yes. And
what has
August,
happened
yes.
since then with CPS?
So with that, it's still open. They haven't said anything about it to me at that. Whenever he had called on me, it was hard for them to even get in contact with him. Police had showed up to his house, and whoever lives there had told me that, or told them that he didn't live there anymore until he got CPS involved with him. Then now he lived there. So he never even communicated with either or case. And so I had called the child support hotline to see what I can do, because I do not feel safe with my baby going over there. And then especially he would not communicate with me. Every picture that I would get sent her, she looks very scared. She had night terrors for a whole week after that day she picked her up. She's a very good baby, very smart baby, and she was crying all night. It was just a very sad, I wanted to cry, and so I just don't feel safe with the baby going over there.
Okay, so she's only a year and a half old, right?
Yes. And he has a 2-month-old?
And he has a 2-month-old as well with his new girlfriend?
Yes, and then I've been getting harassed and being stalked on Facebook, a lot of weird things.
Oh my God.
By the girlfriend. And she just kind of dictates everything for him to do, and he would not communicate with me even when the baby's there. I just ask, like, hey, she's fine, nothing back. And I've got somebody from their family told me that they're always fighting and just different things, and I don't think my babies can see that stuff. Like, we don't do that here at home. We don't talk vulgar. She's just not comfortable, and every time she comes home, you can tell she's not comfortable.
And how is your child covered for health insurance?
She has Medicaid.
And so back in the temporary orders, we did $408 a month in child support, but he is saying now he's only working 23 hours a week and wants it lowered to $228 a month. Are you okay with that?
I mean, if we have to, I really don't want to, but you know, if that's how his hours work, I can't do nothing about it.
Do you know when he works or what he does?
No, and then that's another thing. He would bring her, like he's supposed to bring her on Sunday. He would bring her on a Monday, even when I would say no, she cannot stay an extra day. And it's like, aren't you even supposed to be at work, or you're leaving her, the baby, with the girl who has a newborn? Like, she's not going to be able to control both babies.
Ma'am, can I talk?
No, sir, it's not your turn right now. There's processes in court, so you have to wait your turn. You have to
Okay, ma'am.
control
Okay,
yourself.
ma'am. Okay.
And so the baby was born, April 1 of 2023. So when did you and Mr. Torres separate?
I want to say about 3 or 4 weeks after she was born.
Okay. So you're just saying maybe like May?
Yes.
And are you asking for retroactive or back child support?
Yes.
And you want, it sounds like 15 months, because you want May 2023 through July of 2024.
Yes.
And do you know if he was working during that time?
I don't know. I don't keep up with him.
And did he ever give you anything to help out with?
Yes, I remember. Yes, I remember he did. He did do a Walmart pickup order for me for some Pampers. That was one. And I would ask for 20 to 25 diapers, you know, so I can get a big box. He would only send me $10 and I can only get a small box.
Do you know how much overall during that time, like how much overall he sent
So
you?
he sent me $45.
Do you think $45 total during that time?
Yes.
So if I did the total, so if I calculate minimum wage for 15 months, I don't think I did.
I'm sorry, you can do 60 because his mom did send me $20 there one time.
All right, so you want to give him $60 credit?
Yes.
So if we do 221 times 15, I get $3,315, and then you want to give him credit for $60.
Sure. Yes.
Are you asking for $3,255 in retroactive child support?
Yes.
Do anything?
Nah, I'm doing this child support shit.
Sir,
I'm gonna go out there right now. Hello?
Sir, okay.
Man, it's because I'm talking to them at work. I'm at work. I've been on this for a long time. They were asking me what was I doing.
Okay, again, your language. You have a language problem. You don't know how to control your mouth. I hope you
Sorry,
didn't speak
ma'am.
this way in school. You certainly shouldn't be speaking this way in court. You shouldn't be speaking that way on your job. And you shouldn't talk that way in front of your children. Proceed.
Can I say something?
No, ma'am, you're answering questions right now. You're on the witness stand.
All right. So, as far as the visits go, how did you want them to be supervised by you going forward?
Yes, ma'am. Me, or if y'all have like a facility or something, I just want supervised.
So
And
are you
public.
willing to do it, or do you want it to be at a facility? Are you willing to supervise the visits, or do you want it to be done at a facility? Can you hear me? Did she leave?
She's there. I mean, I don't know if she lost connectivity.
Sabara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so are you willing to do the supervision yourself? Do you think y'all could get along well enough for that to happen?
As long as it's in public, because you can see his language now. Every time pick up and stuff like that, it's the same language with me. It's hectic. So as long as it's public, in a public place, that's fine.
So you asking for something
And
like first, third, and fifth Saturdays from maybe 1 to 3? And what's the public place you would like to meet at?
I'm not too sure. I'm new to Galveston. I've only been here a year, so I really don't know. Or we could do the Baybrook Mall.
At Baybrook Mall?
Public. Yeah, it's pretty public. It's halfway, and there's, I believe, police there, so that would be safe.
Okay, so you just want to meet there from like first, third, and fifth Saturdays from 1 to 3?
Yes, that's fine.
All right. And you want to just do that going forward forever?
Yes, and if we can, no significant others. Like I said, the girlfriend, she stalks me. She does the same thing that he does, as you can see how he acts.
Okay, so you want his girlfriend to not be present?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anyone else that could supervise for you, their family member that both of y'all could agree on that would do it that might be better?
I have my mom, she works way too much. She even works on Saturdays, and my grandma as well, she works on weekends, so no, I don't have anybody. And then I am a full-time college student, so I really don't have really time, but
All right, I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay. So, ma'am, do you know the status of your CPS case? Is it still ongoing or is it resolved?
for me, it was closed. But whenever it got on to him and with his daughter involved and the new thing, they did kind of reopen it, but not on sorry, my phone is dying. Not on my side, but on his side. So he's like the perpetrator.
So you think there's an ongoing CPS investigation
There
against
is.
Mr. Torres?
Yes, there is. Because I recently called and they confirmed that it's still open.
Do they know this temporary order exists?
Yes, they do.
What had they said about it?
Well, my caseworker, when I was working with her, she did tell me it was kind of like a hate thing and it is a custody battle. So they kind of just like, take it to court.
They investigate, though. I don't. So have they investigated him?
I don't know on his side. They just said it's open. All I can speak on is
Yes,
my
ma'am.
case,
An
and my case is
investigator came
closed.
to my house and the police
Sir,
came.
Sir, you're going to get a chance in a moment. One of you can talk at a time. Otherwise, you're talking over each other, and that's not appropriate. Okay, ma'am, what were you saying?
For my side, it is closed. But on his side, it is open.
Okay. Okay, sir, what do you think is the status of the CPS case? Mr. Torres,
You said what?
what do you think is the status of the CPS case?
Ma'am, they already came to my house and everything. The lady told me that everything's good. She said, I'm gonna call you in a couple of days. And ain't nobody ever called me. The cops came to my house in the middle of the night because she wants to lie to them and tell them some stuff. And every day CPS is calling me. I let the CPS come to my house. I let them come inside. Her name was Carla Cobb or something like that. She came in. She talked to me. She talked to my girl and everything, and all types, like everything, like everything. She was like, okay, everything's fine. She was like, I'll call you in a couple of days to let you know what's going on. Never called me. Man, I mean, I ain't for lie. We text on the app. She talking about I be bringing Laney back late. I got cause that day whenever we had went to the police station, when we had went inside, she was like, she said, oh, I had brought Laney a day back late. I text her. I told her, I was like, hey, I told her I'm not finna make it on time. I told her it's gonna either be tomorrow, or I told her it's gonna be. I think I told her it's gonna be from 7 to 9, 7 to 8 tonight, or I told her it's gonna be 1 to 2 tomorrow. And she said, oh, tomorrow's fine, blah blah blah. And then she started sending me a bunch of paragraphs on myself. I need her final approval. Like, you already told me it's fine. What you mean I need a final approval?
Sir, is the issue, and I don't know what time you drop off and pick up. Are you dropping off at the end of your visits on Sunday nights or Monday mornings? And which is causing
So, ma'am, so it was already like 5 or 4, it was about to be time for me to drop Laney off.
What
so
day?
Look, let me just go to the messages. I'm gonna go check the time right now. Give me a minute,
Sir,
please.
Sir, I'm trying to fix this going forward. I'm not trying to punish anybody. So what was the problem for you, and what will work best for you to stick to a schedule is what I'm trying to find out.
Ma'am, I'm just trying to see my daughter. I don't got a problem with paying child support. I don't care about paying child support. If it's gonna let me see my daughter, I'm fine with it, because she don't let me see my daughter.
Sir, I'm trying to give you visits. Your attitude is not making me want to, and your answers to my questions are not making me want to. I'm trying to figure out a schedule that you can keep that will work for your schedule.
No, so, ma'am, our schedule that we have is fine.
When do you pick up and when do you drop off at the end of your visit? Can you answer the question? It's a very simple question.
What do you mean? Like, what time I drop her off?
What day? I've asked you 4 times. Monday or Sunday.
I drop her off on Sunday at 6. I'm supposed to drop her off on Sunday at 6.
And is that something, has that caused problems that you've needed to extend it?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And if it ever had to be extended, I'll for sure let her know in the app. Everything is in the app. That's why we text on the app. I don't got no reason to lie. We text on the app. Everything's right there. You can't delete nothing or nothing.
Okay.
That was like 1 or 2 times. And the first time, the first time that I was supposed to pick up Lainey, I told her, I was like, that was what I'm telling her. I'm like, can you meet me in the middle somewhere?
Okay,
So
sure.
I ain't pick Lainey up that day.
Okay. I'm going to do another temporary order. We need to be sure about the CPS investigation and where it's going. So you all need to come to court next time better prepared to explain that. That might be difficult because it's hard to reach CPS, but you're going to have to really make an effort, maybe even have them come testify.
So do I have to call them and like tell them what's going on with the case and stuff?
I'm not telling you all exactly what to do, but I'm letting you know I want to know what's going on before I make a final ruling in this case. Because I do not know what CPS is doing and they investigate. They have actual people who figure out what's going on in these cases. So,
Yes, ma'am. Like an investigator had came to my house. Her name is Carla Cobbs.
Sir, can you please be quiet? I'm trying to make my ruling. This is not a discussion. This is court and I've heard evidence and I'm going to make a ruling. Okay. There's a few things I'm going to do in the case. One, I'm putting him in the choices program. It does sound like you've lost hours, sir, if you're telling the truth. And so I'm going to put you into the choices program to help you get a full-time job or another part-time job, and they can help monitor that you are indeed working. So especially with all these children and a new baby, you need to be working full-time. So I'm putting you into the choices program. You can meet with that representative today. In the meantime, I'm going to set his child support at the $228 a month, beginning November 1st, 2024. The cash medical will be $50 a month beginning November 1st, 2024. And then I'll assess when everyone comes back for final, and choices can testify if they need to about where things have gone and what his earnings are at that time. Hopefully they can help you find a better full-time job. I highly recommend when you interview that you do not use inappropriate language. Nobody's going to hire you if you do that, sir. For visitation, I'm going to do the I think the prior order was a standard possession order.
Yes,
I'm going to do the standard possession order that you previously had, but not the in-between one where it's Friday night to Sunday evening, the old one, Ms. Khan. Does that make sense?
So what?
Yeah, which I think they live over 100 miles apart or over 50 miles apart. I'm sorry. So I think that you're there anyway.
So it looks like on this one, somebody took out the under 50, under the temporary order.
So they
it's
must
only,
be,
maybe.
Oh, no, I see.
No, it is. It's there.
Yes, there. But if you want to take it out, especially since it's a temporary order, and just do the over 100, you can delete that it's over 100. I don't know how far apart they live.
To take out the 50 miles.
Yeah. And let's change that pickup and drop off to the police department. I still think they need to be at a police department. And then I'm going to do some injunctions. One, I'm doing an injunction against him using marijuana or any illicit drugs within 24 hours or during visits with the child. I'm also doing an injunction that his girlfriend should not be present at pickup and drop-offs. And then I'm also going to use some of the standard injunctions. And I'm using the one that Montgomery County uses for the 410th and 418 if you want to look them up and cut and paste them in. No intentionally communicating in person or any other matter, including telephone or electronic voice transmissions, video chat, and writing, or electronic messaging with the other party by use of vulgar, profane, obscene, or indecent language, or coarse or offensive manner with intent to annoy or alarm. That's 3.1 in the Montgomery County one. 3.2, threatening the other party in any manner with intent to annoy or alarm. The 3.3, calling in offensive manners or repetitious manners with intent to annoy or alarm. So 3.1, 3.2, 3.3. Might as well throw 3.4 in there, intentionally, knowingly, or recklessly causing bodily injury to the other party or to the child. 3.5, threatening the other party or child with imminent bodily injury. So the 3.1 to 3.5 injunctions, plus the no girlfriend at pickup and drop off, and the injunction against marijuana or illicit drugs. I'm going to order that they both take a parenting class before the final trial.
Okay.
I'm going to address the back child support. I'm going to order a judgment against him in the amount of $3,000. We'll find next time.
To be paid back.
Yeah, give me 1 second to come up with a number.
Okay.
$30 a month. And so the state's going to draft an order based on my ruling today. Mr. Torres, they're going to have you meet with the choices representative here on Zoom. And let's set a final trial date before you. Where are we now? October.
Would they have? I saw one January 15th. I think they have a December date.
We could use January 15th. That'll give them time with choices. Also, nothing in this order prevents anyone from contacting the police or any authorities that they deem that they need to, or CPS or anyone. Not encouraging you to do it inappropriately, but if you feel you need to, don't think this order stops you from doing that. And just if anyone has evidence or witnesses they need to bring to the next trial, feel free to do that as well. And so what would that take? January 15th?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, 15th at 8:30 a.m. Okay, they're going to help you back to your breakout room, Mr. Torres. At some point, they're going to move you into that room with the choices representative.
Because I won't have a way to pick my daughter up because I use my girlfriend's car. Well, we use her mom's car, and her mom makes my girlfriend come with me, so I won't be able to pick up my daughter. That's why, man, that's why I feel like y'all running over everything. I'm telling you, like, she's making a big deal. She be trying to hate my girlfriend. Like, what does my girlfriend got to do with me, you, and Lainey? That's what I always try to tell her.
Sometimes new people in people's lives cause unnecessary strife. This is a common thing when people have new people. It doesn't mean your girlfriend is bad, but you have to recognize there's raw emotions here, and that just aggravates it. It's like picking at a scab. And so,
man, but
sir,
I understand you, and I'm not trying to interrupt you, but
you would have no visits. Okay, I gave you a lot of visits. Sir, I gave you a lot of visits. I did not take any of your visits away, and I even gave you the pickup and drop off you wanted. So please stop playing the martyr, and let's try to constructively come up with a solution. You have no way to drive.
I understand, but what I'm trying to tell you is we use my girlfriend's mom's car to go pick up my daughter, and her mom's not going to just let me leave in her car.
So you have no vehicle?
No, ma'am. My car was messing up. That's why I literally was telling the lady, I don't got the newest car, ma'am. I work full half a day every day. You know, like, I'm not making that much money no more. I'm not here to start no problem. No, I ain't trying to argue with nobody or nothing. I'm just trying to I just want to see my daughter. That's all I want. And all she always tells me, oh, your girl this, your girl that. Like, bro, my girl don't got nothing to do with this. Like, my girl, like, screw my girl. She don't got nothing to do with this right now. It's me, you, and Lainey.
Sir. Okay, you're bringing your girlfriend into it because you don't have a vehicle. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and remove that injunction. But if you all come back here and I'm hearing more about the girlfriend and I see app closed messages, or I don't even know how this girlfriend is communicating with her, I don't want to see that. Your daughter doesn't need that. It's about you and Lainey. And
yes, ma'am,
it's not about your girlfriend, and it's not about Miss Ibarra. You all have to function in a way that you're doing this for your child and not to aggravate each other or make life difficult. You've made this hearing difficult, sir, so I'm imagining you are making it difficult outside because you're acting pretty poorly in this hearing. I can't imagine.
Man, because it's frustrating. Everybody's been running me over. Everybody that I talk to literally runs me over. No one wants to hear me out, nothing.
Okay, I'm going to stop the hearing, and we're going to have you all go back to your breakout rooms.
Ma'am, so am I able to go pick up my daughter with my girlfriend? That's all I'm asking.
Yes, but if I hear, when you come back for final trial, if this is no better, you're going to need some preparation.
Ma'am, okay, can you understand me? How would she know my girlfriend stalking her?
Okay,
my girlfriend.
Can somebody please make me co-host, or I'm just going to take hostability back so I can do something.
Is there somebody else that I could talk to?